Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're doing another car mechanic simulator video, and we're going to be doing a video on the Dodge Viper, basically rebuilding it. As you can see right there's no engine customizations, so what I'd previously done was looked at this and got the engine ready to start. In this video all we're going to be doing is taking the car apart and actually building the engine and putting it in the car. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll start getting into it now. So also what we're going to be doing is not just only rebuilding it, we're also going to be putting a lot of tuning parts into it. So like the Porsche Carrera GT you saw previously, we'll be able to tune the car, and we're going to try and see if we can make it obviously faster than it previously was. Yeah, in all honesty, I know I'm in the sandbox mode, but when I went to buy this from the like the auction house, it cost me 349,000, and obviously doing that legit would take a lot of time. So anyone who wants to do it, feel free to. Right now I am just getting the main essentials I do know that the car's definitely going to have. As we get further on, obviously it's going to get a bit more complicated. I've never actually done an engine, well, I've never actually built an engine on this car, let alone this engine type, so it's new to me. I am learning as well. Also guys, what I'm going to try and do is, as you might have seen, I've uploaded a Forza Horizon 4 video. I am also not only just going to stay at Car Mechanic Simulator, I do want to be doing other games in the future. I'm not exactly sure what games at the moment, but any suggestions, do comment them and I'll have a look, see what I can do. So yeah, as you might know from the Porsche Carrera GT video, I did say that not all the parts that you can get in the tuning, especially with this being a DLC car, it's more so likely to be just bog standard items. Yeah, now we're on to the actual main components of the engine, just doing the pistons, the rod caps and the crankshaft like caps. I was going to say, I do have kind of a method for doing this. I usually do buy all the pistons and the piston rings first, and then I'll go on and buy the rod caps and the crankshaft caps. So as you can see now, I'm just having a look to see how many crankshaft caps we need. I do miscalculate it, and then I have to rebuy one. There we go. Obviously with there being 10 pistons, it's going to be 10 rod caps, and we're just going to go up to the crankshaft caps now. If there is any other cars you do want me to rebuild, comment. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if the game's got them, and we'll go from there. try and just get the main section on, and basically we'll be able to then flip the engine and start working on the top of it. So we're back and we flip the engine and we're going to start working on the top of it. I've just heard the audio has cut out. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I will have a look into it, see what I can do. But yeah, just start on getting the engine heads going. As you can see, I brought the wrong ones. Not the best way to start at all. There we go, onto the intake valve now, and then we'll start doing the throttles. There we go, intake manifold getting fitted right this second. Guys, I do hope you are liking the videos. And so I am trying to get as many out as possible at the moment. There we go, onto the throttle now. I'll buy 2 of them, wipe them on, ready for the air filter to go on. Here we go, start on each side of the engine, and we're going to start with the fuel rail to start with. Obviously, whatever you do one side, you got to replicate the other. Yeah, exhaust manifold now, if I remember. Yep, there we go. We're just gonna look at the exhaust manifold, and we're gonna get the valve. I think they're called the valve pistons or valve rods, and we'll just have a look, put them in. So there we go. We're also going to have the rod caps, I believe they're called. No, the valve rod caps, sorry. And get them fitted on the car, and it should all be sorted from there. Obviously got to replicate the other side, make sure that everything's fitted properly and that we don't miss anything really. There we go, get the rocker arms on the car, and that should be ready to go. Seems to be going alright at the moment. Just keep it going. Finally, we'll put the last one on and we'll start on the other side. Again, very repetitive when it comes to this kind of stuff, but once you got past this, it's usually the better parts. There we go, finally onto the engine head cover, and I just thought I'd have a little look, see if they did it in the tuning section, which they didn't, so had to go onto the main catalogue, and there they are. And honestly, trying to find these was a bit of a struggle at first, but I did find it. So guys, for the next video, what I'm thinking is doing a Call of Duty video, just a bit of Warzone, and see how that goes. If you like it, I'll keep doing that kind of thing. If not, then I can try something else. There we go. Something I had noticed was that I'd put a standard camshaft in, and I remember they did a tuning one, so I just thought I'd buy that and fit that in. Like I said in the very first video I did, if you want to see a series on me doing it all legit, I can do that. I will try and do videos. If I'm going to do it legit, I'll probably do every other day upload, as it can get quite repetitive and doing the same thing over and over again. It's a lot of grinding and it can get very tedious to watch as well as play, to be honest. And I want you guys to enjoy it overall. So just going to fit the exhaust manifolds on and fit the ignition coils on. What I actually learned was this was a new ignition coil. I hadn't seen this before. Unfortunately, it was in the tuning section, so it was right where I was. To start with, I brought 5, but then realised that it's going to need to replicate, need 10. And get them fitted on and ready. And I'll be back once everything is fitted on regarding ignition coils and the rest of the engine. So I'm back, and basically we're just going to be fitting on the water pump and the main cam belt essentials, fit on the oil filter, then we'll just get the engine fitted into the car. Once we've done that, we can then start looking at taking the car, well, the rest of the car apart, and in the next episode we'll fit it all back together. We will be taking all the panels off the car, and we might even spray it a different colour. Obviously I know that feature hasn't been shown yet, so we'll give that a go. There we go, just get the rollers going. What I'd done was I'd searched the actual engine type, so it made it a lot easier when scrolling through for parts. Obviously generic parts like the idle rollers and like the crankshaft pulley, that was a V8 pulley, so it was a little bit of an issue for us. But yeah. There we go, just find the oil filter, get that fitted on, and once that's done, it looks like the engine is ready, and we've got to take the original engine out of the car. 9 times out of 10, the first thing to do with that is just remove the gearbox, and I'll just have a look to see if there's any components that was actually attached to anything other than the gearbox, but just seemed like that was, until I find out that the air filter needs to be removed, which you'll see in a second, hopefully. There we go, just get the drive shaft off, and then we can look at the starter coming off, and then the gearbox. We will be using a tuning gearbox as well. Obviously I know tuning engine parts are meant to help the performance of the engine, but tuning gearbox actually allows us to do the gear ratios and so on. There we go. So just taking off the actual exhausts that are attached, and then we need to lower the car to what I thought was enough, and we find out that it's not. There we go, so we need to take off the air filter base, and at first I was just thinking like the cover, which was obviously the only thing I could see that was attached, but overall I just wanted us to take the whole thing off. There we go, and we'll take the air filter out and the air filter base, and there we go, the engine is officially out. Take the engine off of this, like off the engine stand, and there we go. Get it fitted into the car. So yeah, it does look a lot nicer, and to be honest, I do like the game, as it shows that they have put a lot of effort into the game and the details that they use. There we go, so obviously you saw earlier that I'd brought the air filter base, the tuning air filter, and the air filter cover, so just get that all fitted on now. One less thing to worry about. And I was looking at the gearbox, so while that's going up, we'll just have a look at buying a gearbox. I just wanted, to be honest, when doing this, I always check to see what customizable parts you can use. Some of them are there, some of them aren't. When it comes to gearboxes, I think all of them are there, to be honest. See there we go. Now that the engine's all fitted together, we'll start taking away the rest of the components of the car, suspension, brakes, etc. There we go. Last bit of the brakes. Onto the actual suspension of the car now. we're obviously taking out the bushings as we go. Does make it a lot easier. So one side down, just finish the other side. Nearly finished with it all. Obviously we've got to do the front side, but rather than boring you, I'll just skip that and you'll see the final product basically. There we go. Taking off all the suspension arms. There we go, and finally take off the rear cross member. Take all the bushings out, remove it. And then just take the fuel tank off. But I'll be back once the front of the car is removed. Okay. So guys, I'm back and we're just finishing up the front of the car. Take off the rest of the front suspension and then we should all be done. Obviously, rather than bore you all, just skip through it. There we go. So there we go, that is it. While I was going around just finishing off, taking off the rest of the panels, obviously take off the license plate. As you know from the first video, I will be putting a custom one on. Take off the doors, lower it, take off the front bumper, take off the bonnet. I thought there might have been a wing, but must have come with the bonnet. Take off the other door and just overall have a look round to see if there's anything we've missed. I had noticed while doing the front of the front suspension that I'd missed obviously the brake servo and the ABS module. So yeah, just have a look around the engine. Overall looks quite nice. Yeah, I think it's looking quite well. There we go, just lower the car, all looking good. Yeah, hope you enjoy the video guys. I'm really enjoying producing them for you all. Please like and subscribe and I'll do episode 2 shortly. Okay.